People always thought I was a bit out of this world when I talked about aliens. There were not that many believers, but I would have constant encounters with them throughout my entire life. One day, people saw them popping up around Pelican Hill, so they reached out to me and my detective pets. Big Lou and Paul, my trusty German shepherd. My big fat cat, Big Lou, had some kind of feline alien radar, and Paul was good for spotting them creeping around the yard. One day, my phone rang out of the blue. It was time to take a phone call from a very distressed resort manager who was offering me a ton of cash to deal with the alien sightings on the property. He did not want the guests scared away. It was peak season. He had gotten my number from a very high-up government official who had worked with me before, who also loved to play golf on Pelican Hill. People were boozing it up at the pool. The staff was slinging drinks at $100 a minute. No one really noticed that some of the half-drunken cocktails were being ripped off by tiny, strange alien hands who were running off with the drinks and getting wasted out in the bushes. Well, there was one exception. The lady who had been paid off after filing the initial complaint about lizard people stealing her Mai Tai. She was taken off the resort with a bag of cash. The golf people were getting hammered and talking about summering in the south of France and referring each other to the best and brightest plastic surgeons in town. Meanwhile, I walked the property with my pet gang, all using our radars to find a clue that could lead us to the tiny green men who had first-class taste when it came to invading planet Earth. They could have landed anywhere, but these must have been 5-star aliens, or they had read some Yelp reviews. We came across some funky footprints in the sand. Was this aliens or some drunk golfer wearing Crocs? I was leading more towards alien. It felt like we were closing in on our space pals who had no idea we were coming. Sitting by the poolside bar, I started hearing a peculiar noise from the woods area. Who was out there? Was this going to be a good or bad encounter? I really had no idea.
I am so wasted from drinking all those leftover cocktails. Who hell are you guys?
And there he was, Mr. Little Green Man, who went by the name of Zarn. He did not look like a threat to our planet or the resort, just a green, lizard-skinned alien who liked to steal free booze from fancy resorts. This guy was hilarious, and so was his crew. They got along swell with Big Lou and Pow. We exchanged ideas, and I told him if he needed booze, I would buy him a bunch of cases of beer if he and his crew left the resort alone because they were paying me after all. Zorn liked the idea and told me he had borrowed a U-Haul truck without the rental agency knowing about it. He was going to take the booze I would buy him and head out to Palm Springs, where he would get drunk with it at a Comic-Con convention, where Earth people would assume he was just wearing a costume. This was a regular routine for Zorn and his homies. It was like